15 years ago, New Bedford, Mass. An 18-year-old young man came into our local gay bar, Puzzles Lounge, asked if this is a local gay bar, ordered a drink, sat down in the bar, had a hatchet and a gun, and started to hurt the patrons in the bar.
I need an ambulance. I need an ambulance. What's the problem? Front Street.
Tonight, on that shooting rampage at a local gay bar, 9/11 tapes released of the nightmare.
The voice on the other end of the line, shaking and terrified.
911, this call's recorded. What's the emergency? I need an ambulance. I need an ambulance. What's the problem? Front Street. What's the problem? Someone's been shot. Somebody's been shot? Someone's been shot. You have to get here now.
It was really disheartening for our gay community at large. The community fell apart and came together. And how do you rebuild?
I'm from a generation where gay bars was the safe place, that you could go as a gay man and feel like you were with community and you were safe and you could be yourself in a way that when you're not around those four walls would not possible. So the fact that someone would go into that safe space and bring some violence and hate is just unthinkable. The community, and this is what I love about our community, because we have such rich heritage of ritual, and that very nice, there was a vigil organized outside of Puzzles, and everybody from the community, every leader from the community showed up, and we lit candles, and we had moments of silence, and we had speakers, and we just took a moment to understand what had happened and to lay claim, and also to shed a little light onto what was a very, very, very dark episode. So that's a day later. And remember the context of this, because in 2006, we were fighting to retain marriage equality. We're a couple of years into it. The right, with a lot of Republican friends, was hell-bent on making sure they could reverse that right. But we took it as a moment, and in April, early April, so 3 months after that attack, we hosted a community forum with those of us who were very involved in the Marriage Equality Coalition. And I had the great pleasure of co-hosting that with Bev Bocelli, and we invited about 9 community leaders to sit on the dais at Kearney Academy. I'll tell you what was really powerful. We had at least 2 or 3 dozen local organizations that signed up on behalf of this, from progressive churches to the Community Foundation of Southeastern Massachusetts that I now have the benefit of running, to a whole variety of organizations that understood that they were part of this.
Elected officials sat and listened to the community. The community said, this is what's going on and this is what we need.
And I'll always remember then Mayor Scott Lang saying, when do we get to talk? It's like, you don't talk, you sit there and listen. The community's going to talk to you. I can't remember how many dozens of people got up there to speak their story. And I remember there was one gentleman who got up there in in his 70s talking about what it meant to live his whole life in New Bedford in the closet. And we also had a young person from New Bedford High School come out publicly. We also had a city councilor come out publicly. The power of that statement, and there was a room with 300 people, was, meant this was not, we were not turning back. And there was so much that came out of that. And again, this was 4 months later, and you're asking me about 15 years. It is a general awareness that the LGBTQ plus community is out of the closet in the South Coast, and we are understanding what it means to take care of ourselves and to do it in a very out and proud way. And so the changes have been dramatic and substantial. We have leaders in the community now that are proud and out. But boy, is there a lot more work to be done.
It wasn't about what happened that day, it was about friendships and bringing people together. So the South Coast LGBT Network has done many things over the years, and these are some of the things that we want to make sure that people don't forget. 15 years just kind of came and went, but the bonds remain.